It's the opening week here on ESPN. The Nets come in with what has to be considered one of the poorer three-point attacks in the league. They should stay away from the long bomb if they want to be competitive in this one. They should find a tough matchup versus the Pacers, who come in needing to recognize the double teams a little quicker. If they can do that, they should hopefully be able to rise above their average rating. And with that, let's send it to Bob Steele and Rod West out in New Jersey.
Welcome. It's time for some basketball here at the Continental Airlines Arena in New Jersey. Bob Steele here with Rod West at my side. Let's take a quick look at the starters tonight. Who's going to shine out there, Rod?
Richard Jefferson is a great ball handler, so a lot of pressure rests on his shoulders. The coach is counting on him to play mistake-free basketball.
We'll see how things pan out, Rod. Let's get ready for the player introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention courtside for the player introductions for the Indiana Pacers. At center, Brad Miller. At forward, Ron Artest. At guard, Reggie Miller. Also at guard, Jamal Tinsley. Also at forward, Jermaine O'Neal. And now it's over to the starting lineup for your New Jersey Nets. At center, from Georgetown, 7'2", number 55, Nintendo GameCube. At forward, from Cincinnati, 6'9", number 6, Daniel Martin. Also at forward, from Arizona, 6'7", number 24, Richard Jefferson. At guard, out of Villanova, 6'5", number 30, Gary Kittle. Also at guard, from California, 6'4", number 5, Jason Hill.
The Pacers get the opening tip.
Pick him up. Draw.
Takes off. Drains the first bucket of the game.
Watch the bump right here, Bob. One thing to remember, this is a physical game.
Physical is right. Real impressive that he got that shot off and laid it in. Martin with the inbound. Passes. They work it in. They push it inside. Kittle dishes it off. Jumper was buried from Mutombo.
Mutombo set up right inside and finished the play with no one around him.
Now in the paint. Skies! Couldn't buy a basket that trip down. Nice rebound by the 9-year man out of California. Passes it. High rises. Down it goes. Nice finger roll. Just under 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Top of the key. Nice laying off the glass by Tinsley. Martin throws it in. Passes. Kidd passes the ball. 7 seconds to shoot. Shoots from 13 feet out. Kisses it off the glass.
He has amazing touch from there, Bob. Shooting like that is almost a lost art.
Well, quality outside shooting is more important with the rule changes allowing zone defense. It's a bonus to have a guy who can keep the defense honest and open up things down low. Tinsley has the ball. It's loose.
The Nets
Touched it last right before it went out of bounds. Clock down to 6. The trifecta was missed by Miller. Passes it.
Miller is a good shooter from long distance, but the defender met the challenge on that one.
Just under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Passes. Gets cut off by Miller. At the foul line. 7 on the shot clock. One more time. O'Neal inbounds the ball.
The Pacers
Have the ball. They're shooting 50% from the floor. Out on the wing. The ball's loose.
The Pacers
We'll get this one back. Nabbed by Artest. Tinsley takes off. Gets fouled. He'll shoot a pair.
I like aggressive D, but that's a little bit too aggressive. Almost an assault. You'll pick up the foul on that one every time.
He gets the first of 2. He gets the ball.
Pick him up.
The Nets
Are at the controls. They're 4 out of their last 4 from the floor. Jefferson makes the pass.
1-on-1.
7 seconds to shoot. Kidd goes with the fadeaway. Puts too much on it.
Kidd is playing the percentages there. He generally makes that shot, but not that possession.
Just under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Passes it. In low. In the paint. Inside pass. Miller pulls the trigger from the high post. Gets back iron and out.
That's how you fight for the offensive rebound.
O'Neal capitalizes on the second chance opportunity.
Pick him up.
Passes. They're inside. Inside. They work it in. Kicks it outside. Kittle lets it go from the wing. Doesn't get it all the way there.
They got a break on that one, Bob. That shot's going to fall 99% of the time.
Tinsley has the rock. He has 4 points from the paint. Miller passes. They push it inside. 7 on the shot clock. It's rejected. Passes it.
Bob, he has such great anticipation. He's easily one of the best shot blockers in the league.
Well, definitely, Rod. He lets their perimeter defenders take more risk when they know they have a big-time shot blocker backing them up like that. 49 seconds here in the first quarter. Deflected and gathered by Tinsley.
You can't overlook the way a block can help pump up your team. Gets everybody energized.
Gets busy. Botches the lay-in.
The Nets
Work it up court. They're shooting 57% from the floor. Passes. Inside. There's the steal.
bad pass inside, Bob. The defense is so bunched up in there that the inside man didn't have a chance at all. You need to wait until the defense stretches out a little, then kick it inside.
O'Neal will come back onto the floor. Harris with the inbound. Launches from beyond the arc. Gets right iron, no good.
That's a pretty tough matchup. Even if they keep applying steady defensive pressure just like that, they're going to have themselves a workout tonight.
The J was missed by Harrington. Rebounded by Martin. We're at the end of one. The score, 10-9. Nets trail single digits after one, Rod. Any significant stats that leap out at you?
Field goal percentage, Bob. You hate to be down when you're shooting as well as they are, but you've got to play a complete game if you want to win, especially limiting turnovers and taking care of those boards.
Kidd passes it. Goes up. Doesn't get the finger roll.
Kittles must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
The jumper was buried by Bender.
Jonathan Bender fades on this shot, and that's what makes it so impressive.
Looks like he thought he needed a little more space than he had, and it turns out he was right. Mutombo throws it in. Kidd heads up court. He's 2 out of his last 4 from the floor. Kittles now has it.
Watch the screen.
Now right wing. 7 seconds to shoot.
The tough shot is missed by Kittles.
The Pacers
Could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down.
That's nice heads-up play on D.
Passes it in low. Puts it up inside. Can't drop down his shot.
Miller has to score in that situation. When you're that much better than the defender that's guarding you, you have to take advantage.
Kittles dishes it off. Seven on the shot clock.
Launches from beyond the arc. Can't tie it up.
Oh, Bobby, you gotta like the way he whipped that one down.
Tipped up but not in by Mutombo. Passes.
7 seconds to shoot.
Takes a turnaround J. Gets nothing but net.
The defender really had his work cut out for him there. Against a superb inside guy like that, you've got to bring your big game.
Just over 3 minutes here in the second quarter. Into the low post. Rejected hard. And it's loose inside.
That's an impossible block, Bob, but hey, he did it anyway, and that's all that counts. He had horrible position, but somehow managed to reach over, get the block, and not commit the foul. Good job.
The one-handed jam by O'Neal. Kidd has it. He's shooting 40% from the floor. Bounce pass.
Kittles
Launches from beyond the arc.
Kittles from the arc. That's 2 from downtown. Bender
Inbounds the ball.
The Pacers
would love to extend their lead this trip down. Ali
Passes the ball. Received by O'Neal.
7 on the shot clock.
Releases. Gets the front rim.
O'Neal can't believe he blew that one, and neither can I. No excuse at the finish when you're that close.
Just over 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Passes it. Gets stopped by O'Neal. Goes with the crossover. Gets cut off by Miller. Kidd shoots. Bounces off the left rim and out.
He's almost a guaranteed deuce from that range, but the D kept a little bit closer than his shadow. He's going away empty-handed.
Passes. Fades away inside. No mistaking that one.
Bender didn't like what he saw there at first, so he gives a little pump fake to get a better look.
It works like a charm here, too. And after the fake, just lines up for the J and drops it in, Rod.
Martin
With the inbound.
The Nets
can cut into the lead with a basket here.
Kidd makes the pass. Shoots from the top of the key. Defensive rebound by Kidd. Harris with an ill-advised step in the line, and he's whistled out of bounds. Jefferson looks fresh coming back on the floor.
O'Neal
Will head to the bench.
Substitution for the Pacers.
The Pacers
have it, and they're on an 8-3 run.
Passes it. Takes the shot from about 16. Tickles the twine.
Nice shot, and Bob, that's a tough shot, too. He's going up against one of the better defenders in this league.
Kidd brings it up. He's 2 of 6 from the floor. Pass back. Uses a crossover. Dumps it off. Pulls the trigger from the high post. Gets the kind bounce off the back rim.
Pretty good from there, Bobby. Great release.
The Pacers
Turn it over.
Mutombo will leave the floor.
He just lost concentration. Didn't keep track of his feet and then lost it out of bounds. He's got to keep his mind in the game, Bob.
O'Neal will come back in the game.
The Nets
Head into the front court. They're 2 out of their last 4 from the arc. Takes the quick shot. Makes it up and out.
Harris must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
Tinsley
With a bucket here, he can get his 10th point of the game. O'Neal high rises. Dunks it down with one hand.
O'Neal didn't throw down the fanciest dunk right there, but it all counts the same.
Kidd has the ball. He hasn't hit a shot from the arc. 1-2 triangle. Launches from beyond the arc. Puts up a miss.
Way to clean the offensive glass right there, Bob.
That last tip is up and in by Williams.
Great second chance opportunity.
Couldn't agree more with you, Rod. Don't take any extra risks if you can help it. O'Neal throws it in. Passes. Tinsley is at the controls. He has 4 points from the paint. The finger roll was dropped in by Miller.
Reggie Miller.
Passes it. Kidd works it up court. He's 0 out of his last 3 from the arc. The clock runs out, and we're heading to the half. The score, 24-16. Let's pass the baton to our studio partner. Take it away, Clark.
Welcome to the ESPN Halftime Update. It's time for a quick review of the numbers from the first 2 quarters. The Pacers have a sizable advantage in the field goal percentage category, and that's why they're winning. Expect them to continue looking for the high percentage shots in the second half. Jermaine O'Neal, in the first half, has a total of 6 points and 6 rebounds. A clear choice for our Sega Sports Hot at the Half player. That'll do it for now. Don't forget to tune in to the ESPN postgame show at the end of the game. Now let's go back to Bob and Rod.
Substitution for the Nets.
Kidd passes it.
45 switch. Clear out. Pin down.
Passes. 7 seconds to shoot. Gets aggressive. It's blocked.
Now, you got to like that picture attack down low. You've got 2 of your guys crowding him. Chances are one of them is going to come away with the ball.
Yanks it down inside.
Miller to think twice before he takes that shot. And if he still wants to shoot it, he should think a 3rd time and a 4th time. That's not his game.
Rises up. Watches the lay-in.
Kittle makes the pretty crossover, but it doesn't get you any points on the board.
Tinsley has the rock. He's 3 out of his last 4 from the floor. Caught by O'Neal. Launches from beyond the arc. Gets the front rim.
Hensley comes away empty, but he was playing pretty well on that. I'm not surprised he missed it.
The Nets have it. They're shooting 33% from the floor. Shoots from the paint. Drops in the well-defended shot.
Surprisingly, the D really poured it on. Equally as surprising, the shooter was able to compensate and tickle the twine.
The Pacers bring it up. They're 4 out of their last 6 from the floor. Pass low post. It's rejected, and it's loose inside.
He is such a great shot blocker. He just has that instinct, and he knows how to get a hand on the ball.
Kittle dishes it off in the paint. Martin gets it. Dunks it. O'Neal inbounds the ball.
The Pacers
Can extend their lead this trip down. They'd love to do that. Passes it. Goes with the fadeaway. Kisses it off the glass.
Boy, that's a tough spot to be in against a shooter of his caliber. You've got to bring your all if you want to shut him down.
The Nets can trim this lead down and bring it close with the bucket here. Martin wants the ball. They're inside. Martin takes a wide open shot. Answers right back.
He was left all alone inside. Can anyone say easy deuce?
Tinsley has it. He's 3 of 5 from the floor. Tinsley passes the ball. Seven on the shot clock. O'Neal takes a turnaround J. Gets the tough shot to fall. You don't see him taking or making many of those.
O'Neal acts like he's going to drive it after making a drop step, but then he stops on a dime and pulls up for the sweet check.
Rod, that's so impressive when a player can change his momentum that quickly and still drain the jumper.
Hey, you never know when you're going to have to switch gears. The good players are always ready to put up the rock.
Martin with the inbound. The Nets have the ball. They're 2 out of their last 5 from the arc. Passes. They work it in. Stolen.
Miller snags another one to help his team keep the lead. Man, remind me not to bump into this guy on a crowded street. He might hurt you.
Bounce pass. O'Neal shoots, has now hit double figures.
Bob, right there's the problem when you play loose like that.
Rod, you're right about that. I mean, you got to at least get a hand in his face. You can't give him a clear look. Kidd brings it up. He hasn't hit a shot from the arc. Kidd makes the pass. Jefferson gets busy. Tinsley with a bucket here. He can get his 10th point of the game. Tinsley with the ball. Picked off.
Passes it. The passer got double teamed, and he hit the panic button right there, Bobby. He threw up a sloppy pass, and they couldn't help but take it away from him.
Pass to the paint. Martin goes up. It's blocked.
Good timing there. He read the shot perfectly to whack it away.
O'Neal gets his 6th point of the period. He has a total of 12 so far.
O'Neal told his coaches he was going to be more aggressive inside tonight, and I think plays like that are what he was talking about.
Grabbed by Kittles. 7 seconds to shoot. Kittles lets it go from the wing. Can't stop the run.
He had a good look, but the D stayed as tight as a new pair of shoes on a rainy day. This is going to be a real close matchup.
The Pacers
have it, and they're on an 8-2 run. Miller with the rock. They push it inside. 7 on the shot clock. Misfired from the corner of the line by Artest. It's 1-on-1. Kidd launches from beyond the arc. Drains the lightly contested shot. Miller throws it in. Tinsley is at the controls. He's 3 out of his last 5 from the floor. Launches from beyond the arc. Can't answer back with a 3. Had it off in time, but the buzzer beater was missed by O'Neal. We're at the end of 3 with the score 32-25.
The Nets
still couldn't get the lead and enter the 4th trailing single digits. What do you think has been the difference so far statistically, Rod?
3-point shooting, Bob. They're doing a nice job out-shooting the opposition from the perimeter, but it's not enough at the moment.
Passes. Nabbed by Artest. 7 seconds to shoot. Artest puts it up from 11. The defensive rebound by Mutombo. Now in the paint. It's stolen.
Now, when you're down low like that, it's way too easy to get the ball stolen. Don't put it on the floor. Too many people, too crowded, too many hands. Too easy to get it taken away.
The Nets have the rock. They're 4 out of their last 6 from the floor. Kidd passes. The ball's loose.
The Pacers
were the last ones to get a piece of it before it went out of bounds. Jefferson has it. Jefferson inbounds the ball. Jumps up. Miller is going to be hit with a blocking call. That's his first foul of the game. He gets the first of 2. He gets the ball. Tinsley works it up court. He's shooting 50% from the floor. Passes it. O'Neal takes a turnaround J. Doesn't get it all the way there.
O'Neal must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
The off-the-back play-in was cashed in by Kittle. Artest with the inbound.
The Pacers
could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down. Miller passes it. Passes. In low, passes back outside. Miller goes with a fadeaway. Gets back iron and out.
He's got his rebounding fundamentals down, Bobby.
He sure does, Roddy. He anticipates where the ball's going to go, boxes out, and then cleans up. Passes it. In the paint. 7 seconds to shoot. From inside. Can't connect.
Martin doesn't have a flashy inside game, so he has to earn everything the hard way. The Pacers
Head into the front court. They're 0 out of their last 3 from the arc. Look at that last layup by Artest. Kidd heads up court. He's shooting 25% from the arc. Passes. Gets vertical. Inside pass. Gains some altitude. Drops in his 14th point tonight.
O'Neal is fearless, Bob. He knew he was going to get banged. He knew he might not get the call. He did not care.
That's what it takes to go inside and finish strong in the NBA. Martin throws it in. Kidd has it. He's 1 out of his last 4 from the arc. Kidd dishes it off. There's the steal. It's 1-on-1. Tinsley leaves the ground. Goes last to the lay-in.
Timeout next.
The Nets have it. They're shooting 50% from the arc. Passes it. Kidd leaps up. Gently drops it in. Tinsley brings it up. He has 8 points from the floor. Passes. It's picked off. Passes it. Kidd has the ball. He has 4 points from the paint.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to. That was a limp pass. If you want to get the outside pass beyond your defenders, you've got to put more zip on the ball. Doing everything right to make the delivery, Bobby.
Kittle has now hit double figures. Tinsley is at the controls. He's 2 out of his last 6 from the floor. Tinsley passes the ball. Puts it up. Can't answer back.
He just has a nose for the ball, Bob. Amazing instinct.
It's instinct and desire, Rod. He just wants the ball more than anyone else. The inside shot was buried by Mutombo.
That was one of those where the coach was saying, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. He's lucky that one went in. The Pacers
Bring it up. They're shooting 51% from the floor. Miller has the ball. Springs up. Gets the lay-in. Martin inbounds the ball. 49 seconds here in the game. Inside. Kidd elevates. Gets his 6th point of the period. He's got 13 in the game.
Timeout taken.
They can go 2 for 1 here if they want, Bob. Let's see how they manage the clock.
Top of the key. Fades away inside. Puts too much on it.
O'Neal is a proud warrior inside, so he has to be a little humble when he blows an easy one like that. The Nets
We'll take a timeout here. Kidd now has it. Kittle uses the leader inside. Hauls it in. On the tumble.
That's a nice job fighting on the offensive board.
The trade was missed by Kittle. Jefferson with the personal. That's his 3rd foul so far. The Pacers will take their very last timeout.
The Pacers
Have the ball. They're 4 out of their last 6 from the floor.
You would expect him to can this one right here and increase the lead. But hey, this is the NBA. Anything can happen.
He gets the first of 2. He gets them both.
The Nets
Take their last timeout. Martin with the inbound. Kidd puts it up off the inbound. Gets right iron, no good. He gets the first of two. He gets them both. Kidd has the rock. He's shooting 41% from the floor. Watch the screen. Launches from beyond the arc. Doesn't get the tough shot. The fadeaway was no good by Mutombo. And that'll do it. Your final score for tonight's game, 44-37. And that wraps it up. Make sure you catch SportsCenter so you can stay on top of the latest news in the sports world. Check your local listings for the correct time and channel. That's on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Thanks for joining us here at the ESPN postgame show. I'm Clark Dishman. The Pacers come away with a 7-point win over the Nets. They now move to 2-0 on the season. The Pacers just made a determined effort tonight to only take high-percentage shots. The opposing team just couldn't pressure their shooters enough, and that proved to be the big difference tonight. Jermaine O'Neal wound up with a total of 14 points and 9 rebounds. He's our ESPN Player of the Game. Terrific performance. Well, that will do it for now. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you next game.